Welcome to the Philippines. We are actually in the infamous Intramuros, the walled city, the city within the walls here in Manila. And we are about to go on a bamboo bike ride tour of this entire area. So come along and join us. Brian's navigating. He's not very good at this. I hope we get to where we're trying to go. It's not very often you actually get to see the Kalesa ride, but I think it is one of the things that they do have available out here in Intramuros. Look at that. It's nice to see the horses being taken care of. So this is one of the ways that you can tour around Intramuros. The Bureau of the Treasury right behind me. That reminds me of an old life of mine. I do find myself lately actually missing my old job and what I used to do back in the US. I'm trying to figure out a way that I can sort of incorporate some of the things that I used to be able to do in my old work and potentially bring that here. I think it would be fun to have like some sort of a consulting job, being able to help with the financial crimes investigations out here and teaching people, teaching locals how to avoid so many of the scams that are prolific all throughout social media. Hi, Boonsy. We haven't even gotten on the bicycles, and we have a hurt kuya already.
I don't know what happened.
Oh, look at Roro and Daddy. It's been a really long time since I rode a bike. I think it's been longer for me than it has for you. Wow. Oh my God. This is so crazy. I've always had such a love for the old Spanish architecture, these forts, these giant bricks. So Ate Camille was just telling us during her little speech that this area is actually, although it looks like it's based on Spanish architecture, it sort of is, but it is a replica of a home that is actually out in Binondo. So there's some little Chinese features that you will see. Let me take you over here. Check this out. I didn't even recognize or notice this. There's a dragon in the middle of all of this. How cool is that? Oh, two-seater, so they hold on, right?
Oh, okay. I can do the shorter one, so if he falls off, it's shorter fall.
And then Mommy's gonna get a bike and Kuya's gonna get a bike, right?
I don't feel safe.
Watch out, watch out.
Whoa, I'm not holding it right now. Just wait. You don't ride it out. You don't ride it out. You're just making sure the height is good.
Where are you from?
I'm originally from California, but we've lived here for about 1.5 years now. Do you want to put your backpack in the front, in my front basket? I have a basket.
Does it fit?
Yeah. No helmets. You good, Bunso? Rowan? No, Kuya, you're trying to remember how to ride a bike. Whoa, whoa. We're gonna see if I can do this. My bike is so wobbly. Because my handlebar is super jiggly, so like I can't keep it straight. They're getting me a new bike, yeah. I was like struggling. Oh my gosh. Okay. Thank you, Camille. This is amazing. Ate Camille was just telling us that part of the agreement between the Japanese and the U.S. was to purchase the Philippines for $20 million US, and that actually included 3 other countries. A Philippines fort built by the Spanish, housing a Japanese cannon. A true testament to the fact that this country is literally a melting pot. This area right here in front of me actually used to be a moat, and it has since been turned into a golf course. How long have you been a tour guide for Bambike?
For a year now.
A year?
Yeah, I started last October of 2023.
So you know a lot of history about this area. Is that something you've learned by yourself over the years, or is it because of the touring?
Well, actually, there are some information that I've learned during school, and then when I started to work here, it started to make sense eventually.
Yeah.
Like all the timelines and stuff.
Right.
Like,
Now I get it.
Yeah.
It makes a difference to be in it and see it on an everyday basis.
Yes.
I've just started reading a book myself about the history of the Philippines, so that's why I'm like really intrigued by all of it. It is just amazing to me to be walking through like pieces of history like this. It just Love it. Okay, clearly my ability to recognize different writings is incorrect. That is a Chinese scripture, not a secret map to Yamashiro's gold. Miss Camille was just telling us that this gateway, this door right here, is actually the door that the governor used to enter Intramuros way back in the day. And what she was explaining was that it's actually been destroyed twice and moved. And then behind me, back over here, it's double walled. So there's like 2 walls just to get to the city itself, and there's a wall to get to the gate that takes the governor into the city. So the fortification was amazing. I can't even imagine like the manpower back in those days, what it took for them to build something like this, the amount of labor. And I honestly love seeing like all the Spanish remnants. It's so cool to me. Our histories, my history, Brian's history, fully intermingled. I find that really fascinating, and that we managed to find each other in life. So it's just a really cool like coincidence, but not really, because I don't believe there's such thing. I think everything in life happens for a reason. One of the things that I really want to make sure that we are doing with our time here is taking the boys to see things like this, to experience things like this, to learn about the history of the Filipino culture, to learn about the history of the Spanish culture, how they intertwined, and then just, I mean, everything that comes along with it. To be able to view and see these things, you know, because we live here is super duper important to me. I grew up in California, and believe it or not, I've never been to the Hollywood sign. I've never experienced some of the things that California has to offer in terms of its history. So while we are here in the Philippines for however long we end up staying, I want to make sure that the kids get to experience and learn about this history here. Oh my gosh, that was quite a walk. You're sweaty.
It's hot.
You're sweaty. Look at this. Right, Brian, we passed by this flag earlier, and he said that's like the biggest Philippines flag he's ever seen in his life. Maybe that's why I feel so at home here in the Philippines. I honestly would not be surprised. I'm gonna see if I can figure out a way to trace some of my ancestry, some of my lineage. I would not be surprised if I had ancestors that had been here at some point in time. I'm a terrible driver when it comes to traffic. Can't ride a bike, definitely won't be able to ride a motorcycle. And I am certainly never driving here. I crashed my bike into the wall when we were coming down the hill. I got damage. This gate that we just came through over here was actually considered like the commoner's gate, and she was explaining how this particular area actually separated the Chinese Catholic converts from the non-Catholic converts, and that's how the Spanish kind of kept things separated. The Chinese Catholic converts got special treatment in comparison to some of the others. They got to go through that gate, they got to pay lower taxes, they had better, higher recognition from the Spanish government versus the non-converts. And what she's telling us, I'm about to walk up to this wall here, they lived with cannons essentially facing them. So over here on this side is going to be Binondo, and on the other side would have been where the non-converts lived, which at that time they considered to be like the slums area. But both groups, every day they had these cannons facing them and this wall for this city of Intramuros. Hi! What school are you from? Philippines College of Criminology. You're my people. I absolutely love my children, but these are the moments when they frustrate me. When they walk away, I don't want to be that rude parent who's yelling at their kid because they are refusing to stay with their parents. Obviously, that was a piece of the present, and seeing all the kids up there dancing. But we also have here the busts of the founders of ASEAN, which is the Association of Southeast Asian Nations. I didn't realize that it was basically like the EU of Southeast Asia. So I think it's very cool that they've got the busts of all the founders out here. Oi. This area over here is the Bureau of Treasury currently but it used to be like the city government offices here in Manila. So back in the old days during the Spanish colonization, that was like the government office back there. Over here behind me is what is labeled as Palacio de Gobernador, which was the governor's palace. So that's where the governor stayed back in those days. It is currently now the Commission on Elections, I believe. And directly in front of me, the most beautiful sight that I think you will see here in this little square is the Manila Cathedral. Like, I can't get a good enough shot of it right now. Let me see if I can get bigger. Oh, look, there we go. Hopefully Brian's got way better footage of it from his camera. This particular church was one of the, or is the only church here in Manila that has been blessed by Pope John Paul II. So it carries a big white emblem at the very top of the church underneath the cross that shows the Pope's blessing here. And they consider this church to be the mother church of the Philippines. However, in the reading and the learning that I have been doing, I have learned that really the home of the Christianity, the Catholicism, the Christianization of the Philippines is actually in Cebu. And so I hope that we get to go visit some of those churches there in Cebu someday, and we get to see the places where Christianity first came to the Philippines. That was an absolutely fun ride. I'm hot though. There was a nice little breeze as we were riding down. I think I just need to get used to riding a bike again. And of course the streets can get a little bit bumpy, so wish I could have held up the camera and gotten some more footage as I was riding, but you'll probably see there is a part where I had my camera in the basket and I was bouncing all around. That's so nice. We got a cool towel to cool off. Thank you so much. Oh, it feels great. Yeah, right? You're pink. Your cheeks are pink. How's it feel, Kuya? What? Rowan, don't cut in front of people. I'm sorry. You say ice cream and he's gonna run. Ooh, what kind of flavor are you gonna get, baby? You don't know? Strawberry. How did I know? What's the flavor?
Sweet and salty, creamy and smooth.
Queso? Queso flavor?
Yeah.
Yes. We are sitting here in a very historic restaurant that has this Spanish style look in the middle of Intramuros, and it really reminds me of being at Las Casas. Rowan's trying to get out of school today, but in order to do that, I told him he has to answer a series of multiplication questions correctly if he wants to have today be his only school day. What is 4 times 5?
25.
4 times 5.
Yeah, 25. I made that this is a joke video, guys. Only for the Kason wants food. He's getting some right now, but I'm getting bacon. Just tastes like normal bacon.
Do you think that because you're at a fancy place, it should taste like fancy bacon?
Bacon.
Ladies and gentlemen, today we are watching the infamous otter moose in the wild. Your bread, Kason. Kason and Rowan have had this terrible habit of playing this game at the dinner table. Don't laugh while you eat or drink. Okay, food just got here. I do want to dig into that paella and maybe have some calamares. We got a veggie kare. The boys ordered salmon.
It has a little bit of a citrusy spike to it and has that still seafoody, fishy flavor.
It all looks very delicious. I can't wait to eat.
So one of my favorite things to do is when I have kare is get a little bit of that raw and put it in my rice, and it tastes so good. But my favorite kare is the one from Friends and Family. It tastes so good.
Did you put bagoong in your sauce?
A little. I'd say this is a solid 8 out of 10.
We've been here in the Philippines for a year and a half, but I still have not figured out how to peel my shrimp without using my hands. He just dipped his calamari in bagoong.
Or bagoong.
Yes. The boys asked that we order some extra bagoong. Boys being Brian and Kason. We got a big serving.
Hello, everybody. This camera is heavy. I'm trying to do impressions, and I figured out a really good impression that I do. It's a Shaggy impression. like soink scoops.
I feel like you always see these chairs in any Filipino house, like the same style wood carved chairs. And not that they're not beautiful, they absolutely are. Oh, but you are more beautiful, more handsome. I swear I've seen these same chairs at like some of the aunts' homes back in California. Definitely. It's just like a normal thing. You see them even at like decent Filipino restaurants back in California.
So this place was pretty good. Had a lot of selections, and best of all, they had a porterhouse, which sounds really good right now.
All right, we are finally back in town. Showered, changed, a little tired from the day, but we are about to head out and grab ourselves some dinner. I hope you all loved the video. And if anybody has any suggestions for things that they would like to see in future videos, please make sure you leave it in the comments down below for us. Thank you, as always, so much for watching. Merry Christmas, Maligayang Pasko, Feliz Navidad. Salamat po.
And ingat sa next time.
Ingat. I'm taking video?
Oh, okay.
Gosh,
I don't know if you are.
my husband's so annoying. My mustache is sweating again. Is your mustache sweating yet? Nope. Nope, just mine. Ooh, am I in focus? Okay. Man, I'm shiny. I didn't realize how shiny it was. Look at his lashes. No, look. You should see your face. You look so pretty.
By the way, this is a Norwegian salmon with lemon dill sauce and you want more?